Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Fiume, here live at the IFA2024 National Convention, and looking forward to interviewing some folks at this year's event. I have Angela Coppler from Cousins Maine Lobster. We all know this brand from Shark Tank. It is such a pleasure to meet you and talk about Cousins.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, all right, Angela. So for those few people that haven't watched Shark Tank and don't know about this huge investment that Barbara Cochran made years ago, what is Cousins Maine Lobster?
So Cousins Maine Lobster is the world's best lobster. We sell lobster rolls from Maine. And we have food trucks all across the country. So from Maine to California, we're on the road 7 days a week selling the world's best lobster.
Tampa is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. We got to get a Cousins truck coming to Tampa.
So we are actively working. We're actually recruiting for new franchisees in the Tampa market right now.
All right.
And we're continuing to grow across the West Coast. So looking for our lobster fans and franchise candidates all the way down to Sarasota, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and down to Naples and Marco. So definitely a great opportunity for growth for the brand and for an entrepreneur who's looking for that incredible opportunity to be hands-on and get engaged in a brand like ours.
Cool. So is this your first IFA event?
It is not my first IFA.
Oh, okay.
I love IFA. I've been coming for many years. And, for me, I think being a part of the IFA and having my CFE is incredibly important. We're on the front lines selling our brands, supporting our franchisees every day, and making sure that we are ingrained in, the franchising regulations and requirements, making sure that we understand the issues that are going to impact our businesses for the short term and the long term, and making sure that we're here building relationships that allow our systems to grow is incredibly important.
That's great. How many franchise locations or how many franchise owners are you up to now?
So we have 60 locations and about 15 franchisees across the country and growing, and continue to look for more.
That's great. So tell me, what is your objective at this IFA? What do you hope to get out of this event?
So for us here this year, one, we've brought some new team members. We're helping to educate them and build their capability, and they've been ingrained in classes, learning more about franchising, building new relationships. And then two, really in our brand, we're building new supplier partnerships, and we're looking for those third-party partners in the financial industries, in the third-party marketing and support industries who can help us tell our brand story and get our messages out to potential franchisees and customers.
That's great. Okay, I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
I interview a lot of founders or people that are aspiring to get into franchising. So if I was an entrepreneur that was aspiring to be a franchisor, what's one piece of advice that you'd give me?
I think you just have to have grit and be 100% confident in your ability to make it happen. I've watched Jim and Sabin and the journey that they have had with this brand, and I will tell you, it's been a lot of hard work, but they really believed in themselves and in their capability, and they brought good people along with them. And I'll tell you, they don't have to be the smartest people, they don't have to have the biggest, fanciest titles. It's about bringing really good people together who believe in your mission.
Angela, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Continued success with the brand.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group, LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.